You're down. All right, we're going to show you today how to do sub-fascia. Shut up. Edit that out.
I mean, you can't hear them anyway. You can't hear any of us.
Okay, so today we're going to show you guys how to do sub-fascia by yourselves. So here on this overhang, we have a 16-inch overhang. So we pulled 14.5 out from the OSB, plumbed the line up, snapped the line through, and now I'm going to cut all these tails off and get ready to put the 2x6 sub-fascia on here.
Find myself.
It's fine. We have a sawzall on this lift. So now to get our top of our sub-fascia, I want my sub-fascia to land in the center, or I want my OSB, sorry, that's coming down on my sub-fascia, to land in the center of my sub-fascia. So we're going to bring our pencil down, bring the plane of the roof down until it hits the center. We'll make a mark on one end. We'll level that line back to the house, and because our walls are perfectly lasered in and every single wall is exactly the same height, we get to pull down from the truss to the top of the wall and transfer that to the other side, snap that line through, and it makes it to where the top and the bottom of your sub-fascia is perfectly level all the way around.
I'll put a 8 penny in there.
And you see we have our line right here, leveled back to the truss. We're going to put a mark on the truss, and we're going to measure that down to the top of our wall. We have an inch, so we're going to go to that side. I'm going to pull up an inch, and I'm going to use my 2-foot level over, and that will make this perfectly straight up and down. We'll then set an 8-penny nail, if I can find one. We'll set an 8-penny nail in this mark to hold our string line, heading that way. Pull your string line nice and tight, pull it straight out. There you go, that's the top of your sub-fascia right there. One thing I do want people to understand when you're cutting the end of your rake off right here, so I'm going to show you something real quick. You're going to take a 6-foot level, you're going to bring the plane of your trusses over, And as you can see right there, the end of our rake's a little high because it can still move until we have it locked in with our subfascia and our sheathing. So this can still move. So when you want to extend your line through, you don't just bring your string line on because it goes up and down. And when you end up putting your subfascia on and then attaching it to the end of this rake, you'll either have a gap from it going down, pushing away from the subfascia, or it'll push your subfascia out if it has to come up. So what I do before I mark where I'm cutting this off is I'll bring my 6-foot level on here, and I'll bring the subfascia down a little bit, or to where I want the plane to be, and then I'm going to bring this like so and mark it on there, bringing this plane through. So as you can see, I got that mark right there, and then just plumb that down. And in theory, it might not be perfect on this plane right now, but when you end up putting the top of this to the plane of the roof, it should, in theory, it should be perfect on the subfascia where you want it, to where there's no gap and it's not pushing your subfascia in and out. So that's nice.
A little better.
A little better. Okay. Another trick I like to do is I'm going to throw another 8-penny nail for height. Height of my subfascia, because I'm doing it by myself, so I have to hold it up somehow. So it's pretty much just a bunch of 8-penny nails. That's how you do it by yourself. So I'm going to grab one of these 2x6s over here. And what I like to do is we're going to hang it out that way, making it break. Because it's over 16 feet, you're going to want to break it right there. So that should be about it. If it's not perfect, you can always cut it off to the back, the next one back, or cut it to the center of that truss. And we're just going to work it along. Making sure that your top is to your red line all the way through. Oops, sorry. See how I'm not perfectly centered right here? I'm just going to take my square. I'm just going to center it up real quick. Slice that off of there. Oh, this one's a little heavy. That's how you do it by yourself.